What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another reaction with your host, the ignorant eclectic mad genius. And yeah, as you can see, I am. You know what I mean? We back on back checking out some I guess some of the stuff that's going on in the music industry. Uh, yes, I'll be honest with y'all. I have not checked out the Drake's new album. I probably honestly don't know if I will. Other than that, but basically, this video is called Lizzo exposes who really runs the music industry. And first and foremost, before I get into this, man, shout out to Lizzo. She looks really really good. I know I've probably said things about her before, just because like obnoxious, but I have nothing but love and praise for Lizzo, for the transformation that she's done with her body and everything else. I know that takes a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, man. So shout out to her for that. But you know what I mean? Hit the like, hit the subscribe, tell a friend, on the road to 1,000 subscribers, man. Let's do this.
Way that social media functions now is destroying the music industry. Fans are not even aware that their favorite artist is releasing music.
I just can't help but feel like this is somebody that's like, when you wear boxers, it feels loose.
Oh my gosh.
When you eat cereal with no milk, it's dry.
Oh, I've never heard of them. Oh, I've never heard of you. Right. I've never heard of your dentist. But it seems like they do a good job, seeing as though you still have all your teeth.
Curtis K.I. Wire.
Whoa.
DIYers, Lizzo has been going viral recently. Some of her viewpoints when it comes to the state of the music industry, how she views what hit songs are. One thing she's been is very transparent about her own journey with the major labels. In this particular post that went viral, she's talking about how the algorithm is negatively impacting the music marketing for her music.
Hi, I'm Lizzo. I have an album coming out in
Well, you have to actually put money behind. She's still on a label, right? If she's still on, if she's still on a label, they should be putting money behind her project, or she'll have to put money behind her project.
23 days, and I bet you nobody even knows that. I'll tell you why. The algorithm based way that social media functions now is destroying the music industry. Now, when I say the music industry, I don't mean music culture. I don't mean the good music that's out. I don't mean our ability to connect via social media to music. I'm talking about the actual industry that allows artists to sell their music for profit. Because if your algorithm is super serving you things out of order of when they're happening, then the general public has no idea when music is actually coming out.
So does that mean that the tech bros are officially more powerful than the execs?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Does that mean that the tech bros have had more leverage in the music industry than the people who actually run the music industry if they don't have a say-so in how these algorithms work, because these algorithms serve more than just artists? Is that what I'm hearing right now?
Yep.
And am I now seeing that the tech industry is becoming even more powerful when you introduce AI into the conversation? Is that what I'm hearing right now? And this is someone who is obviously a household name, someone who has had crazy funding for music videos, for touring, for wardrobe. There's a reason why her name is what it is beyond the music that she makes. But it seems like there's a common theme that she's noticing that, to me, it echoes a lot of the same things we've been saying as independent artists. Am I lying?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
We've been saying not all of us want to be full-time content creators, in addition to making the best music that we can, only to become full-time content creators, make the best music that we can, and then figure out there's another person involved in the conversation called generative AI that can now take from such work, has took from such work, and is making it accessible to people who have no passion for music at all, and allows them to compete for the same money and same streaming that we have to split amongst ourselves. Wild times.
I have had several occasions where
I can see why. I can see why that would piss people off. I can definitely see that. But because people aren't really all the way fully, what's the word I'm looking for? People aren't always fully like in your face. Yo, I am using AI. Blah 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 blah. Like some of the stuff that I've done, like I've told y'all before, I use AI for like my some of my scores and things that I'm doing for my manga and my book and stuff like that. Plus like some of the other things that I have for my projects.
There were artists whose music I was actually looking forward to, I completely missed because I didn't realize it was out because my algorithm didn't tell me. And I don't want to blame everything on the algorithm. Of course, we curate our own reality.
And the algorithm will quickly shut your ass down. I think what she may recognize, and maybe this is why she's using her platform, or maybe she doesn't. There's a certain privilege that comes with being able to talk about the algorithm in this way and still get pushed.
Mm-hmm. Big time.
Because I guarantee you, there are multitudes of blacklisted videos saying the very same thing that are not being seen by the very people who would be relevant for. Yep. AKA the fans who want to support this artist, who chose to hit the follow button, who want to see the updates, who don't even know a project is coming out. It gets to a point where even as an independent artist, when you're promoting a show, there's a good chance that you could put a flyer up, and because it's text dominated and you're not doing the things the algorithm wants to see, you could put up a video where you're saying, hey, I'm going to perform so-and-so on Friday. It's a chance that that person on your timeline, because of the way that it's served up in the algorithm, a good fan of yours is not going to see that show until the Monday after that Friday, when you've already posted up content of the actual show, unless you're willing to pay for ads, unless you're willing to pay. But even then, that's another learning curve that comes along with that. What she's explaining is already the issue that many of us as independent artists have been yelling to the mountains about. But of course, how much do people want to care about that when they say you just need to work harder? This is interesting.
However, back in the day, which was maybe even just 5 years ago, we used to get things chronologically because of
I like to think of back in the day as before 2020.
Streaming and social media in our post-COVID chronically online society. Most of music marketing is online. Not to mention budgets are therefore music marketing relies heavily on social media. But now, ever since the algorithm has been showing us things out of order, baby, there's actually no way to successfully promote an album where everyone knows your album is coming.
Well, Young Dolph basically, I think it was paper. His imprint was Paper Rock. Paper, what was it? Paper Rock. I don't know, something Empire. Paper Route Empire. That's what it was. Paper Route Empire. He said, "Yo, you have to put up." I think it was like just 120,000 or something like that, just in like marketing, like for every album that you do. So I mean, he rest in peace to Dolph, but he gave y'all blueprints.
Here's where I think perspectives differ.
I could be wrong.
She's not wrong in what she's saying, but I think there's a difference between why does everyone need to know about your album? Everyone's not a fan of your album. Mm-hmm. I get that the traditional way of marketing is let's get to as many people as we can, and if we throw out a net that's a lot larger and we find our way to reaching all these people, we can get more people that will latch on or possibly pre-save or possibly buy the album or possibly buy a ticket. I get that. But that mentality of more is the answer to all my problems is a part of the problem now. Us as independent artists, we've seen if you say, okay, I will not get access to everybody, but if I can find ways, promotional ways, releasing singles, releasing visuals, content, vertical videos to bring in at least the access to new people, I can then funnel them into my private communities, my Patreons, my email lists, right? My whatever it is, whatever your particular community is, because all I know, Patreon don't got no algorithm.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
At least not designed like these news feeds on social media. When in reality, social media is something so out of our control because of the way the algorithm is designed. It is so out of control. I remember one time talking to somebody from Meta, and they told me they were the specialists I was reaching out to that was going to give me advice about my content. They themselves said, I don't know enough about the algorithm to tell you confidently where the algorithm is going next. I can't tell you what the algorithm is going to do next. All I can do is show you the suggested practices. Which is why it's important to get your new listeners or expose yourself to new listeners long enough to where you start to grab people who are more active listeners and not just casual listeners because you want to do good in your vanity statistics, because you want to do good. I know that that matters to their industry, but this is where I think it differs. And say she has a community right now of 9,000 people who are all going to purchase vinyl, whatever the case may be, CDs, digital downloads. It would be more valuable to then put that on that news feed than it would to put it on the algorithm that they may or may not see.
Right.
Or that
right.
you got to pay to even be in front of your own followers. But I get what she's saying, and that it is unfair because it seems like the tech industry has more control over the success of music than the actual music industry at times.
Now, mind you, when I say everyone knows your album is coming, that doesn't mean whether they care or not that it's coming. Believe it or not, once upon a time, there were artists who were just the biggest on the planet who everyone knew their album was coming, whether they were gonna buy it or not. It was ubiquitous. Where it bites me in the ass is I have a private page. I have a private page with over 280,000 people who follow me because they support me, because they love me. But even when I post on that page, I'm not hitting their algorithm.
That's because we're renting space on social media. I don't know what private page she's talking about. Maybe she means a private page
Like
within
Facebook,
like a subscriptions feed
Insta-
on Instagram.
Yeah.
We are renting space. And for me,
And well, I'll allow him to finish after this. And like that's the reason why me and some of the other individuals that I speak to, at least on like the weekly basis or whatever, we are talking about the Web3 space more and more, because not not only do you own all of your data and all of your information, but you also are able to literally talk to your people, reach out to your people, and your people will know exactly what you are doing all the time. Like that's the reasons why I'm doing some of the things that I'm doing with some of the most of the things that I'm doing.
many years we
I'll leave
didn't
it
have
at
to
that.
pay anything to rent real estate on Twitter, to rent real estate on Instagram. But now that they've gotten people so addicted after all these years, they can make justifications for, hey, if you want to get the ultimate reach on Twitter and that's important to your bottom line, important to getting your music discovered, pay this $8 a month. We'll give you a verification badge. We'll make sure that you get some more people. And does it work? It does work. The problem is that I am paying them for a space that I could never truly own. Because if I do something that's against their terms of service, they can get rid of me whether or not I like it or not. I'm looking right now at fellow content creators who have done some sort of AI content in what they're doing, using like AI B-roll. Seeing their channels now get demonetized because of new things that happen. I don't own this platform. But there's a reason why from time to time you'll hear me talk about my Patreon. Because at least that's one more channel that I have more control over. And if you're in the Patreon at some point, that means that I have access to your email, which should give me access to possibly even SMS, text messaging you. The power is in the access to the people who truly want to be here and be active. DIYers, real quick reminder. If you enjoy these reactions and you want to go a little bit deeper, we got a private Patreon community waiting for you. On the Patreon, you get access to DIYers, and let's keep this independent. #RR.
I have 280,000 people who want to buy my album, who want to see me on tour, and they're not even seeing my promotional videos.
If they won't go to a Patreon, they don't want it. If they don't want to go to your website and sign up to be a member, they don't want
They
it.
don't want it. Yeah.
They may have interests. That's the part. That is the hardest punch to the gut, I think, for any artist. Even a like. I heard a like describe.
Even content creators, just in general, if you're not giving, how did my cousin say it? He said, if you're not giving the people what they want and what they truly feel like they're missing out on, you will never retain them.
One time as it is not a like. You don't get likes because somebody actually likes what you're doing. Most likes that we give out is just an acknowledgement of your existence. I acknowledge that I saw this. I acknowledge that you requested this.
Oh, and how Instagram has the like the little repost button. It only bro, for people, so for people who do content and things of that nature, and if I'm your friend or something like that, and you post some content, all it takes me, Jesus, I can't speak, is 2 seconds to hit the like, hit and well, if I'm watching the entire video, uh, hit that like button and then also hit the repost button. It don't take nothing. That's just like the what for Facebook. You know what I mean? Facebook has the like, love or whatever, and or in the share button. It don't take nothing at all. But if they don't rock with you, or if your people don't really rock with you like that, like they probably won't even like it. You know what I mean, but I just wish people would do that more for their friends, if they're your quote unquote friend. Like and repost your stuff or whatever on their page, so that gives you more visibility. But that's neither here nor there.
I acknowledge that this was pretty good information. I acknowledge that's whatever. But the first thing is I'm just acknowledging this existence.
And I get accused of not promoting my album when I'm doing morning shows, podcasts, Netflix specials, dropping the packaging, dropping the cover, doing my part. And it's not just me, because virality does not equal album sales. There are people who are super viral whose albums just don't sell as much as their fame. Their albums don't match the amount of views they have on their posts.
Oh.
And listen, I'm gonna be okay. I'm a big girl. I'm a very successful woman. I have a loyal fan base. I'm saying this to bring awareness to where we're headed. It is
We know, Lizzo.
deeply concerning, you guys.
Bruh.
Fans are not even aware that their favorite artist is releasing music. And they're doing everything they need to do to keep up with their favorite artists. They follow them. Something has got to give about this, but you know what? What do I know? I'm just.
We know what you know. We know what you know. I just can't help but feel like this is somebody explaining to me the difference between boxers and briefs, and I've been wearing them my whole life. I just can't help but feel like this is somebody that's like, when you wear boxers, it feels loose. When you eat cereal with no milk, it's dry.
He said no merch.
When you wear briefs, it's tight. I just feel like I'm. I know she means well, because she don't got to be this transparent about what she's doing, but I think this is also part of what feels like another segment of her content, another bucket of her content, another part of the rollout. Let's strike up some conversations that are going to have legs that sometimes music won't have. Music can be very subjective. Music can be, I don't like that, I'm not supporting, I'm not sharing it. These thoughts, obviously, I'm covering Lizzo. I don't think I've ever covered Lizzo on this particular channel. No disrespect to what she does. I think she's very talented. But this is obviously now us having a conversation about her, and she has an album coming out. This is another interesting point that she made that was kind of following up the conversation that she had before, and I want to make sure I highlight this as well.
I don't know, but I'm crashing out on my label right now because I just really, I don't know. I feel like there's not any marketing money being put towards all of my ideas. I had an idea, we had a meeting a month ago with a bunch of incredible ideas. None of them have been implemented. I text them weekly things that I want to see done in the digital space and ideas and things I want to make. I don't see them get done. I don't see them.
You have to do it on your own dime, bro. I know a few people who are backed by individuals, and they have a little situation, and they somewhat complain about the same thing, and I just tell them the same thing. I'm like, yo, you have to do it yourself, bro. Create your own little media company and put it out via that, so that way you own it, or that entity is owned or whatever by you and whoever you deem to own it or whatever, and they don't get anything out of it. But
this is someone who is signed. This is someone who is a household name. They're telling you that what they desire is the very thing that I think us as independent artists take for granted on a daily basis, which is our autonomy.
Yep.
Because sometimes that autonomy can be overwhelming. Your ability and freedom to do all the things that you can do feels like, I don't know what I should do first. What I'm seeing as a reoccurring theme in everything that she's saying is just the autonomy to launch upon her ideas. Brother, sister, you wake up with that every single day as an independent artist, as a DIYer.
And it's just, I'm starting to really, really, really feel down about it because it's like I feel helpless. It's like, what can I do? What more can I do? You know, I've been on TV. I've been like posting every fucking day. I be posting to the songs. I shot 2 music videos, put them out. I'm like, damn, like what the fuck else do I need to do? Like right now I'm literally coming up with ideas to like do more marketing, but it's like in 2026, unless you're a brand new artist or somebody no one's ever heard of and is getting, you know, popping off finally, like finally getting recognized, it's really hard to cut the fuck through. Like
She said, unless you're a new artist, it's harder to cut. She said, did she just say, did I read that right? Is she saying that it's easier for an artist upcoming to cut through?
Unless you're a brand new artist or somebody no one's ever heard of and is getting, you know, popping off finally, like finally getting recognized.
I can recognize it as a new artist. There is a shiny new presence to
like
you because you're the new shiny toy.
Right.
I get that exists. That is something that's there. But how that person got to that place to be the shiny new thing, the overnight success that didn't take overnight to be there, that's the war. And that's why I think so many people get the term industry plant lodged at them because of how fucking difficult it is to become that new shiny toy. You got chose. Why you get chosen? I didn't get chosen. You must be an industry plant. Like that's where the logic comes from the average fan.
And it's like, I have people who want to buy my album. But how they gonna buy it if they don't know if it's for sale?
You have to, like he said, have your own website. Devon Terrell is another artist that I follow, and basically he has his I forgot what the website is called, but he has his own website where the music that he makes, if you like it, you can go listen to it on that website. It's not on any DSPs. Well, yeah, that certain music of his is not on DSPs. It's literally on his website, and if you rock with him and you like him or whatever, you like his music, you can purchase his music through his website, and he always pushes his website. That's how all artists should do it.
And so it frustrates me. That's what's happening. Like, I post on this page all the time, and it doesn't even reach the people who are trying to see my content. It's actually driving me crazy. I actually don't know how much more of this I can take.
Just imagine all the independent artists that say, I don't have a label to email. I don't have a marketing budget to look forward to. I don't have people who are aware of me so much that they reach out to work with me. The average independent artist that is building with their own team, that is building out the segments of a team, that understands that this is a small business that has to be operated like that. You need people to have their hands in different places in order for this thing to grow properly and scale. Imagine all those who are like, that's what comes along with the deal. But it's interesting to hear somebody who is as big as a Lizzo in terms of her status in the game, her name as a household name. It's interesting to hear her speak like that, because I think that a lot of folks are surprised by that. Shout out to my guy, Brian Z, always coming through with the timely bars. His response to what she just said is record labels have the data. If they choose not to spend on marketing, it's likely because the data is telling them the people don't like the record.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Which I try to avoid the conversation about it being the music, because I think that's what people always go to. But that's not a factor that you can ignore in the least bit. Labels are here to make money. They are not shy about making money. If they heard something that could make them money, that was backed by data, if those same people that she is insisting are ready to buy an album were doing that with their wallets in ways that the labels could quantify, they would put every dollar they can behind it. Because why wouldn't you invest into the thing that has the ability to make you more money? He ends this off by saying many labels wait to see if there's organic consumption before spending. That's the game now. And it makes me wonder, could that possibly be part of the rollout? I could imagine a scenario where you're talking to an exec who says, hey, if you want that budget, I need people talking about Lizzo again. And if you look down at the posts that are on her particular platform, because she puts out a lot of content, if she puts out a post like this,
if you're not my fan, I don't want you to listen to my shit. Go listen to my fucking.
Pre-order Lizzo's new album, Bitch, coming out June 5th or something.
which is funny as hell.
That was
If that's the kind of content you putting out, I could see someone's hesitation being like, yeah, I'm gonna wait for you to figure that out, and we're gonna talk about the budget once you figure it out. And it seems like the thing that's bringing all that success right now are these conversations that she's having, very candid conversations that humanize what it means to be a signed artist in this day and time.
I just read that.
Now,
Use a
add on
fish
top of
burner to
that,
watch yourself.
beyond the
Girl.
social media platforms that, we're heavily relying upon as independent artists, beyond those being a set of politics all their own, we're losing a lot of our platforms, especially independently as hip hop platforms have existed. Did you guys see this? Rest in peace to Hip Hop DX. Basically, if you go to hiphopdx.com right now, it doesn't lead to their traditional website and blog. It redirects to their Instagram page. When you search out articles on Hip Hop DX on Google, you don't see articles anymore. They either got rid of every single one of them, private them, or they're redirecting now to post on Instagram. Andrew Barber, Hip Hop DX, which launched in 1999, was one of the biggest treasure troves of hip hop history online. I've sourced it countless times for research and writings. It was rich with forgotten news stories and weird moments. The internet is not forever. Shaking my head. Man, so much content that I did that a lot of people discovered me on in the online space as an artist came via Hip Hop DX. So unfortunate to hear that is happening. Man, if I could direct any video, I thought this lady here, Melody Angel Music, she shared a really realistic point of view of what it means to be an independent artist. Everything that I'm hearing Lizzo talk about sounds like complaints that we have had for years as independent artists. To this day. But what does it mean to be an independent artist from an independent artist perspective?
Let me set the stage for you. You meet a pro musician, they're happy, they're touring, they're paying their bills. They just released an album that they're genuinely proud of. They're living their dream. And then you show up and say something like, have you ever thought about going on American Idol? That's exactly what every adult human with a decade of professional experience needs. A televised elimination round judged by someone who peaked in 1987. Here's what the general public has been sold, and I say sold because somebody definitely profited from this. The idea that every single musician on the planet Earth is lying awake at night whispering, please God, let me be Taylor Swift or Beyonce. And look, no disrespect to Taylor or the Queen Bee, but here's the thing, some people don't want that.
You've been hearing me say this for years, but she was like, nah, Curtis, you different. Many independent artists who are saying, this is the ceiling that I understand exists. This is the type of career that I have made very real to me. If I'm able to take care of my essentials, my livelihood, my family, my son, my daughter, my immediate family, and do what I love, that's a dub. Mm-hmm. It may not be a dub in a world of people who are looking at streaming numbers as the only metric of success. It may not be a dub for people who are like, are you not doing arenas and stadiums, and are you not on tour? It may,
bro, because I think I've said this before. If you literally have let's just say you got like maybe 600 subscribers or followers or whatever, and they support you at, let's just say, $15 a pop, you're decent. You feel me? Like, you're decent, but
it may not look like a dub because it's not, your job don't look like a dub every night. Hello.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Every day you go in, your job don't look like a dub. But if you want to get paid, you go to it no matter what. So when you see an independent artist and they have a show that does not have a lot of people, that's part of the job description. When you see an independent artist that is not doing well in terms of the vanity metrics and it comes to streaming or even their social media, but they're making enough money on the back end on a Bandcamp or on the back end of their website through digital downloads and physicals and merchandise, congratulate them. Not a feel sorry for them. Not a, man, if only somebody came and saved you on American Idol, everything will be like, if only somebody discovered you and saw the genius in you. No, there are certain people just like everyday 9-to-5ers who say, I'm going to continue to work at this thing, going to continue to build this thing, and I will find the success in the stages that they need to be. And for them, that brings them the happiness and fulfillment they want.
Some musicians, brace yourself, actually just want enough money to make great music that they care about, pay their rent, eat food that requires refrigeration, and not have paparazzi following them buying Advil at a CVS at 2 a.m. That's it. Not a mansion or mansions in the plural, not a reality show, not a beef with another artist that gets dissected on Twitter by people who weren't even alive when they started their career. Just music and groceries. But here's where it gets fascinating. And by fascinating, I mean absolutely maddening. It's when musicians achieve exactly that. When they build a sustainable, fulfilling, decade-long career doing what they love on their own terms.
Come on.
And people still look at them like they failed in life.
Sheesh.
Oh, I've never heard of them. Oh, I've never heard of you. Right. I've never heard of your dentist. But it seems like they do a good job, seeing as though you still have all your teeth.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Damn. Man, who was this?
My God.
With this mid-ass music. Ain't nobody ever heard of you. Man, who your mid-ass dentist? Your dentist is mid compared to mine. Bitch, what? It's that second childhood. It's that refusal for people to grow up, for them to understand this is independence. This is why you be seeing so many independent artists looking stressed out, bags under their eyes. There's a lot of shit that they shoulder. What Lizzo is saying, folks, I'm telling her right now, there are independent artists right now that's like, sis, we know. We dealing with the same algorithms. Boy, oh boy. Hey, who bagged your groceries? Mid. I get my bag. I bag my own at Costco inside cardboard boxes.
Poorly.
Poor.
All right, y'all. I have to go ahead and head out. But I'll leave for the rest of this video. I will leave the link in the description for Chris's video. Love each and every last one of y'all, man. I'll catch you on the next one. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Peace.